Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. Well, I don't know if this is clickbait or not. The mortgage deferral cliff, upcoming housing crash in 2021. You tell me. I'm just going to be talking about mortgage deferrals today, everyone, and mortgage delinquencies, and we'll see where this goes. All right, let's start off with mortgage deferrals. So the mortgage deferral cliff. And I just have numbers in front of me, so I just want to make sure I get this right. So obviously, we know COVID happened, and the banks allowed everyone to defer their mortgages for up to 6 months. And this started in April, and we're now in September, so it was 5 months ago. Basically, what's happening is that the first of the mortgage deferrals come up in October, and there are 500,000 mortgage deferrals coming up in September or in October. November is just a little over 200,000, 221,000. Obviously, by the third month of the pandemic, most people who had needed to defer their mortgages already had. So it goes a lot lower. It goes down to 15,000 in December, and a little bit bump higher because I guess, so it's 24,000. And February, we won't know, obviously, until they release the numbers from, August. All right. So obviously, a lot of people would say, well, the mortgage deferral cliff is going to be October. Well, so there's a couple things. Number one, all the banks never changed any of their options. So if these people can't afford to pay their mortgage when the mortgage, when their deferral stops in October, they still have 2 to 3 months of skip a payment, depending on what their mortgage looks like. And then, to be honest with you, it's not actually delinquent, so it's not actually in arrears until 3 months after that. So let's see that. So 500,000 mortgages coming up in October, right? So that's November, December, January. And then it's not even delinquent for another 3 months. So February, March, April. So we're well into next year's spring market if that's happening. I mean, I don't know, I'm just going to go through the numbers again. I'm not seeing it, but I mean, comment down below. I know when I did the last bubble one, tons of comments from you guys. I loved it. We had over 100 comments. Let's see if we can get 200 on this one, and let's see where it goes. All right, everybody, let's crash some numbers. Let's talk numbers. I know you guys love it. I love talking numbers. I love to geek out on economics numbers. Let's talk delinquency rates in Canada and province by province and how that's affected and all that fun stuff. If you guys love talking numbers, smash that like button. If you don't like talking numbers, still smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm because you should be an economic expert in the area that you're investing. And if you really dislike it, smash the dislike button twice. Comment down below if you love talking numbers with me. All right, let's make this happen. So delinquency rates first quarter were 0.29%. So 0.29% of all mortgages were in default in the first quarter. My prediction is we probably see that go down in the second quarter because a lot of the people who might have been in default may have got, well, the people in default probably not going to get a mortgage deferral, by the way. Yet the people who might have been going into default might have been able to get that mortgage deferral. So 0.29% all over Canada. And let's talk a little bit about regional. So in Ontario, which has the lowest defaults in all of Canada, we're 0.14%. So 0.14% of all mortgages in Ontario were in default in the first quarter. And we've been pretty steady, 0.14, 0.16 all the way through. So just to give you a perspective, in 2012, we were 0.31 were our mortgage defaults in Ontario. So we're super low at the moment. And obviously this is indicative of the market. You can sell your home in less than 30 days in Ontario. If you bought your home anytime within over 12 months, you're probably you probably have some equity there. It's probably made you money. So it's probably made you money. Therefore, you're going to be able to sell it. You're going to be able to sell it quickly and for a profit. People defaulting, I mean, who knows why they're in default yet. You're not seeing a lot of bank sales and that type of thing. You see some, but still not a lot. All right, compare that to, say, Saskatchewan and Alberta. Saskatchewan's at 0.75. Alberta's at 0.52. Obviously, more commodity-based economies. We know oil prices are down. With oil prices down, it leads to less jobs in those areas, less tax revenue, so less public servant jobs as well. So therefore, you're obviously going to see an increase there, COVID or not. You're going to see that, and it's been relatively similar. I mean, you see a lot more wild spikes there. I mean, when the market's hot, like Alberta is 0.3. Same with Saskatchewan. They're both around 0.3, and now they more than have, they're kind of doubling. BC, you're running at 0.17%. Again, you're in a hot market. You can sell your property. What else do we have here? Newfoundland, 0.67, against commodity-based. The Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, these are falling, and they're coming down. So you're 0.46, 0.57. And Quebec, you're 0.36. Manitoba, you've been pretty steady right across the board around your 0.37 right now. So these are the default rates. I mean, they're still at historical lows in Canada, and we're not going to see a change in them quickly. We're not going to see, I mean, again, October is when deferrals end. You can still 2 to 3 months, and then you're not going to see the delinquencies until early next year. So if you're sitting on the fence and you're waiting for this crash before you buy a property, well, I mean, different regions, you're going to have different, again, so when they talk about Canada as a whole, I hate it when they do that, because Canada is so diverse geographically, economically, that it really is not, you can't get a picture of it, right? There's Toronto, there's, Vancouver, that skew our numbers so drastically that you don't see where Alberta's coming in, Calgary, Edmonton, Saskatoon. You don't see where there might be some opportunity out there in this market, right? And guys, there's opportunity in every market. You just have to be looking for it. I mean, in some of these low delinquency markets, you might have to dig harder to find the deal. And I kind of don't see that it's going to spike in those areas. Are we going to have some crashes? Are we seeing, or is it a crash? Is it a crash in Alberta? I mean, it's definitely going to go down. You're going to see some lower prices out in Alberta month over month, whereas in Ontario, with the low default, with the jobs, like we talked about earlier, you're going to see an increase. It's just, we're not seeing, again, demand is outstripping supply. We're still in a low default environment, a low delinquency environment. That's just not bringing a lot of those to the market. And it's not bringing motivated sellers to the market. I know that we work with a lot of sellers, and they'll sell their house, yet, especially in a market like this, they want to buy their home first, right? Or we work obviously with a lot of investors, and they're looking out there, and they're, obviously everyone's looking for the deal. Yet sometimes the deal is the property you buy, and close in 6 months, and in 6 months you've already made 5% of your equity. Now, I know internet trolls, I get it. That's not going to happen all the time, and we shouldn't plan on it. And real estate is for investors. I get it. You're not going to, appreciation is a bonus. Yet we're getting a heck of a Christmas bonus this year. We're getting a heck of a COVID bonus this year, if that's the case. So take advantage of it while you can. And I say it all the time. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. All right. If you guys like this one, smash the like button, subscribe, comment down below. Let's see if we can get over 200 comments on this one. See you guys in the next one.